Right, so welcome back. I'm going to try and get this Tac-41 saga finished after the last install of the Stalker hop-up. Had a few issues with it, so I thought, you know what, fuck it. Let's just cover them all. I actually went down the route of buying the Hadron kit and the gas blowback chamber. So, what I'm going to try and cover in this is basically what you're going to get for your money and the specs and any other questions that people have been asking, like the diameters of nozzles, the difference between hop wheels, difference between hop chambers, benefits, drawbacks, and all the usual junk. So let's get into it. Right, so sorry it took such a long time to get another video back out, unfortunately. Life has taken over a little bit. I've just adopted a dachshund who's been basically ruling my every movement, so things have drug a bit. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into this. So what I'm going to do is start out with the standard setup on what you'd get with your Tac-41, briefly cover it. So that would be the AG hop chamber. Obviously this is the one out of the Tac-41 Light, not the Light Sport, which would be the polymer hop chamber. Same setup, just made of polymer. So you'd get a plastic hop wheel and a plastic nub. Nothing much to shout about out of the box. It will struggle to lift a 0.45. So I'm not going to drone too much on that one. So what I originally did was went down the route of the advanced setup. And for the advanced setup, you would get 2 aluminium nubs, a steel BB stopper, which is that one I believe, to replace said plastic stopper, which do wear out. I think this one is a brand new one out of that gas blowback chamber. The other one's in there, which the nozzle was slowly tearing away at it, so I'll just replace that. So the advanced hop wheel is the same design as the plastic one. It's just made of aluminium. I do believe that, yeah, the notches are the same. Only difference being is the plastic one has got nice big numbers on it. The advanced one has got tiny numbers on it. Springs fell over. The pitch on the back, looking at it, I would say is exactly the same. As I say, the advanced hop wheel and the standard tack wheel run on a like conical spring sort of shape to them. So there's a lip there, and the more you turn it, the more hop you apply. Basically, the more material is pushing down on the nub. So the main drawback I found with this setup, as obviously good as the bits that you get with it, you get 2 nubs, is it's still the same design as the standard one, whereas the hop chamber and the nubs aren't very tight tolerances. So let me tweezers, drop this in there. Let's see if I can bring it up on camera. There is a lot of wiggle on that knob left to right, so it's not in situ. In fact, you can see it when I twist it. If I can get it, could do with a better pair of tweezers. So basically the issue I found with this was, as I think everybody who's owned a Tac-41 has actually complained about the left-hand hook at distance. So my theory on this is because the nub on the back is pitched at the top to an angle, as you can see, as you're applying more hop, it is dragging the nub ever so slightly at an angle. because of the loose tolerances in there, which is then applying more pressure on the left hand side of the BB and causing it to hop more to the left. So there isn't really much to cover on that. It's a replacement of what you get as factory, just made out of metal. So that's the AEG chamber and the standard ones. So then I'm going to move on to the Stalker unit, because this is the one I went for next. I've done a full review on it. I will put a link to it up here or over here somewhere. Yeah, this runs on a different design. This one actually, instead of being conical on the bottom, runs completely flat on a threaded. So the more hop you apply, the whole wheel basically moves down and applies constant pressure. Good design. But it has its drawbacks because of that. How Stalker's designed it is that is sitting against the hop chamber to stop the bolt from moving and rattling, supposedly. I've not had an issue with the standard one, but the issue I had was when the heavyweight piston, which is that one there, I think it's running about 90 grams on that one, which some people will say is too heavy, but I found it was the most consistent output through chrono. Was constantly hitting the cylinder head. I mean, if you had a dry fire, it would cause this to slam forwards and knock the BB feed out of alignment on there, which then stopped them feeding. So that was the issue I had with this. But other than that, if it's not doing that, it does hop really well. As far as I've been told, you can use gas blowback bookings in here, not just the Stalker ones, even though the Stalker ones do work really well. This will take your standard BB stopper. It will accept the advanced BB stopper because it's exactly the same tolerances, and obviously it'll accept Stalker's BB stopper. The only difference with the Stalker one is on your spring guide, because the machining isn't as deep in there. So that's the Stalker one there, and that's the Silverback one. That hole's not as deep. So what you would have to do is on your spring guide, you'd just have to trim it down to stop it not going up all the way. But nice bit of kit. But going off on a loop here, this hop unit does have its drawbacks. Other than the main one of it moving, and the fix to it is laughable, according to the Stalker Facebook pages, which I'm giggling at every time I see them, because everyone's going, my hop unit's not feeding ever since blah 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 blah. And it's like, the answer that came across was put red Loctite on the mounting bolt and tighten it really tight. There's a problem with that. To get red Loctite off, if you ever want to change your booking, you have to heat it up. And I don't know whether your booking, if you're just taking it out to clean it, is going to fare too well if you're applying direct heat to a metal hop chamber.
You cursed rat! Look what you've done! I'm melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world!
Probably going to be an issue there. But if it stops your BBs not feeding, go for it. It's your rifle, not mine. But the other issue, well, it's not quite an issue. I'd say it's more of a compatibility thing. Is the Stalker one only accepts the Stalker nub, because it's a squarish design, whereas Silverback have done rounded edges. So the stalker knob won't fit a Silverback chamber, and the Silverback knob, in fact I'll just use the plastic one for example, will not fit a stalker chamber, so you are limited to that knob. And if you lose that, I have not seen them being sold separately. Whether you can contact Stalker Direct, they'll send you on, I don't know. So that is one of my main gripes. You are limited to that knob. So if you do have different knobs, or you want to try different knobs, or somebody brings one out at a later date, you're pretty much screwed on that, unless it's designed for that chamber. Also, with the stalker chamber itself, I did cover this last time, it's a gas blowback board nozzle. So if you have the AG air brake, it is too baggy. It won't work as efficiently as it should. You need to buy either stalkers or the gas blowback air brakes, which plug it up. For anybody that does want to know the bore size from the standard Silverback, so this is the AG nozzle, internal bore 3.8, and the stalker one 4.3. So hang on a minute, just double check that. Yep, 4.3, 3.8. So you would need a gas blowback air brake to make that effective. So I'm going to put that to one side, and that one to one side. Now I'm going to go on to the gas blowback hop chamber. This is Silverbacks again, so there's not much difference between the specs on the externals of that and that. Only difference is it takes gas blowback bookings. You can put whatever you want in it, any VSR style booking, flamingo bookings. I went for Silverback's offering of the 70 degree just because I got a Silverback barrel. It was there, I ordered it. If it don't work, I'm going to pull a flamingo in it, but so far I've had good results. And obviously on the Silverback chambers you can use Silverback knobs, but you can also use Hadron's knob or Sniper Mechanics knob. I think it's Hadron that designed these, and Sniper Mechanics designed, I'd have to double check, but I know there's a coalition between the two. So that one will accept all Tac-41 knobs, apart from the Stalker one, which doesn't fit a Silverback chamber. So I'm just going to clear a bit of this stuff off, just so I've got a little bit of room to work with, because it's cluttered. I don't like it, and I'll be right back.
3 days later.
Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get stuck into the Hadron setup. I'm not going to go too much into gas blowback hop chamber and stripping it down. There's plenty of videos out there. This is the hop chamber the hop setup I was originally after, but it was always out of stock. So the Hadron wheel. I'm trying to think of a way of putting this without droning on about it too much. They've kept it simple, stupid. It's literally, it's a wheel, and it just fits the Silverback chambers. It comes in a 2-part design. I'll put Hadron's link up somewhere around here so you can actually see the install of it. But what I like about this is you can remove it and it keeps your hop chamber settings, because your adjustment is on a separate wheel on the inside. So get rid of that knob, don't need that. This was the go-to chamber. What if you look on any of the forums, everyone's like, that wheel, a Hadron nub, decent spring, and you're ready to go. But I went a little bit further, just because it was in stock at the time. I bought the Hadron nub, the Medusa wheel, the gas blowback nozzle, because if you are fitting a gas blowback chamber, you can't use the standard AEG nozzle. Difference being is the externals. The AEG is 5.9, well, 6 mil. The gas blowback one is 6.5. You won't get a decent air seal on the AEG nozzle, so you have to buy, unfortunately, the gas blowback nozzle. But there is also available the Hadron and Sniper Mechanic nozzle. Now that and that have pretty much been designed within the same sort of tolerances of each other. The only difference being, what I can tell looking at it, is if I hold them up that way, whether you'll see it, the Hadron one is ever so slightly shorter and it's cushioned in the back, whereas the Silverback one isn't. And the only other difference is the bore size. Now, as I said earlier, you can't use the AEG air brakes on a gas blowback nozzle, same as the Stalker one. You have to get a gas blowback air brake set, which in another way was annoying as hell, because I'd already bought the advanced piston with the AEG air brakes. Silverback doesn't sell the gas blowback air brakes separate, so guess what you have to buy? Another complete piston head setup. Not a bad thing. I've got two now. I've got a spare in case I ever want to, I don't know, do something. But the gas blowback one, the air brakes aren't available separate. If somebody was to make these and sell them separate to fit that, brilliant. But it sucks kinda that you've got to buy a whole new bloody piston head just for that air brake. Now, the Hadron nozzle and the Silverback one, there is another slight difference. Whereas Hadron's done a dual bore on this, they've made, if you look inside it, if you've ever got one or look inside it, there is a step to make this bore ever so slightly bigger than what it is there. But gas blowback air brakes work fine on them. And my go-to at the minute is the Hadron one. That one's just going to be sat in a box somewhere. Ooh, while I'm on the subject of cylinder heads and air brakes, just in case, because anyone has the faceless Sniper piston, what I found, the air brake for that one only works well with the AEG nozzle. So if you was to go to the gas blowback nozzle, it doesn't plug it as well. So it's nowhere near as quiet. That diameter's not big enough. So just for reference. So where was I? Yeah. The issues that I had with the original one was obviously the knob moving left and right. You don't get that with the Hadron, because the knob, what they've designed, has got no movement in that chamber whatsoever. That has been perfectly machined to that opening, and I've checked that against the AEG version as well. That opening's the same, so whether it be a gas blowback hop or an AEG, that knob's perfect to go with that. and with it being a flat surface again and a flat surface on there, the nub doesn't pull left, it doesn't pull right, same as the Stalker one, so you're going to get a straight trajectory every time. But this over that, in my eyes, is a better design, because number one, that fits the gas blowback chamber. It also fits the AG chamber. That's proprietary. So if you've got that, that's what you're using. If you want to go back to running your AEG barrel, you've either got to stick with the advanced wheel, the standard wheel, and another nub setup, or you can buy that, and that fits both. So I've now got two barrel setups I can use. I could put a longer AEG barrel in that and buy a longer barrel, and I've got two completely different setups with one hot wheel that I know works, I know it doesn't shift. Perfect. They've just kept it simple, stupid, and that works. So one thing I looked at was cost, which I'm going to go into now. Right, so costings. This is where it gets interesting for me. So if you're looking, I'm going by obviously the retail prices that I paid. So the Kraken chamber is 85 quid, plus obviously your shipping. I then had to purchase a 70-degree booking for the Kraken chamber, another $8.95. Barrel, which was the Morpheus one, to go with the Kraken nubs, another $67.95. The BB stopper was optional, but that was another $14.95. And so yeah, you're looking, I'll put it up, I'll put the costs up on the side, because I've not, in fact, here we go. The Kraken setup, sorry, $161.90 in total, just for that. And then obviously you're going to have to fight with some of the problems that you may come into. So the gas blowback for the Medusa, which was, let's have a look, where is it? The Silverback barrel, 15 quid. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's not a stainless barrel, but it's clean, it's straight, it does the job. The gas blowback hop unit, now that's the one that you're going to struggle to get hold of, $42.95. Gas blowback head to go with said gas blowback barrel, another $13.95, if you can get one, which was that one. I'll put that one there. The advanced wheel, which is $31.95 for that, and a couple of nubs. But you do get the BB stopper, you do get two nubs. 70-degree booking, which I believe was the Silverback one, £4.95, cheap as chips, and you can run a flamingo in there, you can run a maple leaf, do whatever you want. The Hadron Medusa wheel, now this is where it gets interesting. That is a game changer, and you can run it on the standard AG unit if you want. $19.99. $19.99.
Shut up and take my money.
The nub corresponding to it, $8.99. So just for that little bit there, which will completely transform your Tac-41. 30 quid plus shipping. And then obviously if you're going to swap to the gas blowback unit, you've got the option of the cylinder head from Silverback, which as I said was $13.95, or if you can get one, which I do prefer, is the Sniper Mechanics one. They're $21.99, so a little bit more, but all in all, if you was to do the gas blowback Medusa setup, including the Hadron and Sniper Mechanic cylinder head, 114.57. That's what I paid for it. That's UK price. Against the Stalker one, which was £161. So yeah, 50 quid cheaper, and you can mix and match parts with that. So you can put different nubs in it, you can put different, you don't have to use dedicated barrels, dedicated bookings, and you can swap it over to the AEG. So even if you wanted to go down the route of just buying that and that to put with that, 30 quid, and it's going to outperform your stock one, it's going to outperform your advanced one, and in my eyes it outperforms that one. Right, so let's get into final thoughts on this. So if I was going to rate these three setups, what I've got here in front of me, where would I spend my money? It would be the gas blowback setup with the Hadron. The advanced wheel from Silverback, I wouldn't even waste my time with for the cost of, that wheel and that knob. That is just, it's superficial now. I think that was just sold at the time as an aluminium upgrade to the plastic. Second one that I'd probably run would be the standard AEG with the Hadron wheel again. Third would be the Stalker, but because of the problems that I've had with it, that's why I'm choosing these. This is a simpler design, there's less to go wrong with it, it's cheaper by all means, yeah, that's just the way I'm looking at it. That performs as good, if not better, than that. I've not run that with the AEG, not properly in a full game, but from what I have ran and what I've heard, that is a good solid setup. So if you was looking to do it on a budget, then it's standard with those two, rock on. But as I say, that one is, yeah, that's never going to get used again in one of my rifles, so that'll probably go on one of the forums and let somebody else make use of it. So yeah, to wrap this up, for doing a budget Tac-41, if you're going to do it on a budget, I highly recommend buying that Hadron wheel. It is a game changer. So yeah, if you like this video, thanks for watching. If you liked it, drop a like on there. If you didn't like it, tell me in the comments. If you've got a question to ask, put them in the comments. I always answer as many comments as I can. I never leave them unchecked. And until I put the next video up, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.